Hello, fashion lovers. You're welcome back to Fanimattz YouTube channel. If you're just stopping by, please do well to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, share with your soul friends. I bet you won't regret joining this channel. I have loads and loads of tutorials for you guys. So this is the part 1 of this video. And we are just going to be cutting this short in this video. In the part 2, I will show you how to join the short, how to fix your pocket, and how to sew your side zipper. So let's get right into the video. So you have to fold your fabric into two like so using your thigh measurement. So my thigh measurement is 29. I divide that by 2 and I'm just going to fold my fabric using my thigh measurement divided by 2. So here I just marked out my starting line. The length of my short is 21 inches and I'm going to be adding 2 inches to that to make 23 inches. I'll be using the 2 inches to hem the bottom of the dress. So I'm going to be subtracting 2 inches from that measurement like so because I'll be using the other measurement for my band. Okay, so here I'm just marking out 2 inches like so. That will be the hem of my short. So I'm going to be taking my tape rule up like so because I'll be using 1.5 inches for my band. So I'm going to be marking my hip measurement like so, 9.5 inches. So the next measurement will be my crotch depth. To get your crotch depth, divide your hip measurement by 4. The answer you get is what you will use as your crotch depth. So I used 12 inches for mine. So I'm going to be marking my hip measurement on my hip line and on my waistline, and I'll connect both points together like so. So on my starting line like so, I'm going to be inputting my waist measurement divided by 4, and I'll add 1 inch to that. And I'll connect to my hip line. So on my hemline, I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches like so on my hem, and I will extend that down all the way to my joining, my folding allowance. So now I'm going to connect all these points together like so. I'll connect to the hip using the curved part of my pattern master, and then I'll flip the pattern master like so, and I'll connect to the hemline. Once I'm done marking this point down like so, I'm going to connect my hip crotch depth to my hip line like so, and then I'll give it a curve, making sure that the curve is not too deep. So once I'm done doing this, I'm going to fold the hem line like so, hiding my 2 inches allowance. So fold yours under like so. I'll tell you why I'm doing this later when I'm done cutting. So now I'm going to mark my measurement for the hem. Okay, when you are cutting your short, you don't want your short, the hem of your short to be too tight. Okay, so I'm using 23 inches for my hem. I divide that by 2 and I'll get 11.5. So I'll connect to the crotch line like so, and then I am done with my front, and I'll just cut this out like so. So once I'm done cutting, I'll open up the hem. You can see that the hem is not straight. So that's the reason why I folded it inside, so that it will align when I'm joining. So now I'm folding my fabric like so again. I want to cut the back piece. So on the crotch line, I'm going to extend the fabric by 2.5 inches on the crotch line. I'll make sure that my fabric is 2.5 inches wider than the front piece, okay? So you can see I have a little less than 2.5 inches. So I'm just going to adjust the fabric till I get my 2.5 inches. Okay, so I'm good to go with what I have. So on the crotch line, I'll be coming out by, I'll just mark that line straight down as a guide. Okay, so on that mark, I'm going to be marking my 2.5 inches like so. So once I'm done marking that, I'll go down a little and I'll mark 2 inches all the way down to the end of the short. And I'll connect the 2.5 inches to meet, I'll connect the 2 inches to meet the 2.5 inches I have for my back crotch. So once I'm done marking that, I'm going to come out from the starting point of the front piece. I'm going to come out by 2 inches for the back. Note that all my allowances are on the back pattern. On my front piece, I used my exact measurement. It's only on the front waistline I added 1 inch extra. So I'm just going to connect the 2 inches all the way to the crotch line like so. So on this, and I'll mark that line all the way up. So when you are drafting your back, make sure you have excess fabric at the top of your front piece. So now from that my front piece line, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. So I'm just ruling this mark so that it will serve as a guide for me. So I'm going up by 2 inches like so, and I'll connect to the side of the short, side of the waistline. So I'm going to connect it like so, making sure that the edge of the waist aligns with the back piece. And I'm going to cut this out. I am done drafting my short. So on the other part, notice that I didn't add any allowance there. I only added allowance to the crotch side, okay, to the part that has this curve. So now I'm done drafting my short. I'm going to keep this aside, and then I will show you what next to do. So here I've gone ahead to weave my short. As you can see, this is my front piece, and on the waistline I'll be going in by 2 inches like so, and I'll come down by 7 inches. So I'm trying to get my pocket allowance. Okay, so I'm gonna mark my 7 inches like so, and then I'll give this a notch on the 7-inch mark, and then I'll notch on the 2 inches mark as well. So making sure that my notch is not too deep. So here I just placed my interfacing. I'm using a paper stay here, a lightweight paper stay. So I'm just going to iron this down on that 7-inch mark and the 2-inch mark like so, making sure that the interfacing overlaps as you can see, and I'll give this a good press. This will serve as a guide for me when I'm making my pocket. So once you are done doing this, this is what your pocket should look like. So I'll do the same thing on the other side of my short. So note that your interfacing should be placed on the wrong side of your short. So I'll trim out the excess that I have there, and then I'll flip it over like so, making sure that I still maintain the notch I created for my short. So I'm going to fold it down like so, and then I'll give it a good press. Make sure that your notch does not exceed 1/2 inch. So now I'm done with my pocket. So this is my pocketing. This is not a normal lining. It's called a pocketing. So this is a black one. So my pocket square is 14 by 14 inches. You can see 14 by 14, and I have 2 pieces here, one for the right pocket and one for the left. So I cut out this fabric. Honestly, I didn't measure that, but it shouldn't be more than 3.5 inches to 4 inches, okay? So now this is my front waistband. I went ahead to cut 2 inches wide. Then I cut out a long band, long enough to cover the front length of my band. So you can divide your waist by 2, and then you add your sewing allowance. So for the back piece, I have 2 inches as well. And then I'm going to be joining that because I'm trying to manage my fabric. I used 3 yards for my short and my shirt, a little less than 1 yard for the short, okay? So I'm going to leave a link in the description box on how I made the short and the shirt. Click to watch.